Hi, my name is Alexander. I'm from the class Human-Computer Interaction A, that is lectured by Sir Hazik Fabroyer, and we're currently learning about heuristic evaluation and are given a task to refurbish my ITS's website design using the heuristic points, 10 heuristic evaluation points by Nielsen. We have to propose a new UI using the solution for those heuristic points that the old website didn't pass. Okay, I will start now. So I choose the website for ITS's undergraduate thesis information system. It's called MonTA, which stands for System Monitoring TA, I suppose. Okay, here's the old UI, as we can see here. It's the news page, the topic page, and the search page. And here is my proposed design. I'm gonna walk through the prototype here. Okay, make it full screen. Okay, so first of all here, this is the Brita or news section. Here I added images, and also I differentiate the font for titles and author and other things to make users know which is the title and which is the body, and the image is so that the users may know what information the news has, and they can identify the news by looking at the image, and maybe the author wants to send a message through the image. Users can also find using the search bar here, and this is an indicator of where the users are right now. So from this page we can go to the detail here and go to the other submenus. Also, for the nav bar, I designed a new navigation bar which has the title on the left side and a login button on the right side. And here we have the usual menu on the top, but this time I made the text larger, the font size larger. The reason is because most of the users of this site are lecturers and students, computer science students who are mostly using computers all day and may have visual impairments, and also most of the lecturers may be old and may have visual impairments, so a larger font size would help a lot. Okay, so now we go to the detail. Now on the detail, here I also differentiate the body's font size with the titles, and here's the author's name, the date here, and also there is an additional file. Now in this additional file, I made the card highlighted yellow so that the users so that it's eye-catching to the users. The users will know that there is an important file for this news that they can download, because in the old site it's not that attention catching. Users might not know there's a file there, so I made it a bit different. And from here we can go back and go to the other menu. Now we'll go to the topic section. Now in the topic section, here the students can find the topics that are uploaded by lecturers for the undergraduate thesis. For this part, I refurbished the utilities and put it on the top, like the filters and the search bar. I aligned it properly and made a button so that the users can press the button once they filled out the filters. Now for the filters, I also refurbish it to look more like, for the drop down, I refurbish it to look more like the usual drop downs with more rounded corners, which is a more modern design rather than the old one, which uses more sharp corners. And here, when hovered, the card will show a different color, which indicates that the user could click it and go to a detail page of it. And there are tags here. The first one is for the course grouping, IGS, RPL, and it is colored differently for each course grouping. And the reason for that is so that the users can identify the course by just looking at it. And yeah, it's for the grouping. And here the other tag is for the availability status, which will be green when it's available and will be red if it's not available. So now we go click the other one. It's like the previous one, like the Brita article. And now we go to the search part. Now in here I also align the filters, the utilities, and in here the drop downs too, we can click on it and then search. And I made the table to have larger text, larger information here to help people with visual impairment, and they can search. And their search is they can search all columns, and like if they choose the normal one, the pencarian, they can search all columns. But if they want to specify something, they can like choose the name, and then they can search the name only. And then we can search, and then this will go to a page where it shows the loading screen. Now this is one of the points too, the 10 heuristic points. The first one, if I'm not wrong, is the old website doesn't show about the site's status, the visibility of the status. Previously, when searching for data, there was no loading screen, so the users might think that it's not responding, and it would make the user press the search button multiple times, which could crash the servers, and that is not intended from the users. Okay, so there's a loading screen, and this an error too. Now for this error, this is triggered because the search query that the user was searching is not found on the available data that is in the database. So here there is a red card with the contents of the search result was not found. So the users will know that the search result was not found, there was no data according to the search query in the database. And this is also one of the heuristic points, which is the errors that help users. That is the 9th one. And also the design one is also one of the heuristic points. It's the 5th one. And that's all for my presentation. And here's the Figma. For the Figma, I use some components, and here are the frames. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.